Good morning or good afternoon. Today is Friday, March 27th, and I am really excited for another great day of phonics instruction. We're just going to get right into it, and we're going to talk about our new spelling pattern of the day, and that is GN and KN. Now, the special thing about these two spelling patterns is they have the same sound. Even though they are made up of different letters, they have the same sound. And that's because they both start with a silent consonant. So the G and the K are silent. Let me say that one more time. The G and the K are silent. You're not going to say G and you're not going to say K. They both make the sound N. I want you to say that with me. N. Awesome. Now, let's talk about what that looks like with some different words. With GN, you have words like gnat, gnash, and sign. And with KN, you have words like knee, night, and not. So there are different types of spellings for different words. The words that we're working on today will all start with N or they will end with N. I think the best way to really understand this concept is by actually practicing it. I have 4 words for you. And remember, we are practicing with 2 different spelling patterns. We have the GN and we have the KN. So 2 of your words will start with GN and make that N sound. And 2 of your words will start with KN and have that N sound. So here are your 4 words. Your first word is Nash. Nash. If you need to, pause the video and give yourself some time to spell out the word Nash. If you're confused about which one to use, I have boxes that are telling you which spelling pattern to use. And I've used a red arrow to point out exactly when you'll be using each one. Your second word is gnarl. 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 That's a fun word. Gnarl. Remember, if you're just using the letter N, you're not utilizing our spelling pattern of the day. So make sure you're utilizing the letter N, but also the G or the K. So your first 2 words were Nash and gnarl. And now your third and fourth word, kneel. Kneel. And your fourth word is knife. Knife. Make sure that you're using your spelling pattern KN for those 2. Kneel and knife. Pause the video if you need some more time. Let's get right into going over these words. Your first word, Nash. Whoops. Your first word was Nash. Let's take a look. Gnash. And then your second word was gnarl. Gnarl. I think it's so strange, but remember that you're not pronouncing this G, but it is still part of the spelling of the word. It's still part of it, so don't forget it. It's silent, but it's there. Your third and fourth words, we're using the KN spelling pattern. So your third word was kneel, and this is how we'll spell it. And then your fourth word was knife, and this is how it's spelled. Once again, take a look at the silent K. It's there, it doesn't make a sound, but it's still part of the spelling of the word. So please make sure that you're not forgetting about that. So right now we just practiced 2 words with the silent G and 2 words with the silent K. Now it's time for mastery. And usually with mastery, I have 3 words, but because we have some extra spelling patterns today, I wanted to give you a little bit more challenge and give you a 4-word mastery quiz. Your first 2 words are going to use GN. Your first 2 words are going to use GN. Your second 2 words are going to use KN. Your second 2 words are going to use KN. Your first word is gnaw. Gnaw. The mouse would gnaw on the cheese. Gnaw. Your second word is really tricky. because this time I'm putting the spelling pattern at the end. Sign. Can you sign your name here? Sign. Your third word is knob. Remember, we're switching spelling patterns now. Knob. Knob. I had to open the doorknob. Finally, your last word is knit. My grandma would want to knit a sweater. So let me go over those 4 words again before we look at the answers. We have gnaw, sign, knob, knit. Let's take a look at how you did. Our first word was gnaw. Our second word, sign. Our third word, knob. And our fourth word, knit. Take a look. Did you get those words right? What was challenging for you? I'm excited to see your work in the comments below. Make sure you take a picture and include it in your comments. Finally, we do have our shared reading for the day. Remember, writing and practicing our spelling rules is extremely important, but so is reading it in context, by reading it like it's part of a text, like it's part of a paragraph. And I have a paragraph right here for us to read. I'll read it one time and you can read it with me. And then after that, you should pause the video and try it yourself. Here we go. Ned is a little garden gnome. Ned the gnome made his home in a hole in the yard under a gnarly old tree. Gnomes love to gnaw and gnash their teeth on apples and nuts. Ned finds an apple above his hole, but there are gnats buzzing around. Get away, you gnats, yelled Ned. Apples are for gnomes, not gnats. I think that this was probably one of the trickier passages. And I'm really excited because this is not our only shared reading for the day. You can pause and practice here, but if you notice, there were only GN words here. Now we're going to be looking at our next one with KN words. If you need to practice the previous passage, you can go back and do that. But I'm excited to read this passage. Try to read it along with me. Kendra has some new shoes. She knows how to tie the laces, but they get into a big knot. Oh no! Kendra kneels on one knee to undo the knot, but it does not work. The knot is too big. She lets Dad use a knife to cut the knot. Now Kendra needs new shoes all over again. Second graders, this is amazing. We have not one, but 2 different passages. We have our KN passage over here and our GN passage right over here. Make sure that you're practicing and building your fluency so that you can get ready for 3rd grade and become a stronger reader. That is our phonics, and we are done with phonics for the rest of the week. I'm excited to see you on Monday for even more instruction. I hope you have a great weekend, and I will see you soon.